All right, so we're gonna start this again. This is the third time I've started this video. So I put a video out on Facebook about get your ass out there and vote, right? So I always come across like this guy that's a big dickhead or whatever, which I guess maybe I'm a dickhead. I don't fucking know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, look, there's certain races, genders that were not allowed to vote. So let's talk about this. At one point in time, if you were African American or black, we're gonna use black on it's my fucking website or whatever the fuck you call it, my podcast, whatever the fuck. So if you're African American, black, whatever, you had a point where you're not allowed to vote, right? Same thing with women. They were not allowed to vote. So there's a lot of times, people have sacrificed a lot of stuff for you to be able to go out and vote. So I talk to younger people quite a bit. And, I enjoy younger people. I talk a lot of shit to them and have fun, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But the bottom line is some of these younger people are like, oh, well, I'm not going to vote because my vote doesn't really make a difference. Okay, number one, veterans, guys like me, guys that have had way worse times in the military than me, have sacrificed a lot so you have that ability to go out and vote, right? So a lot of our freedoms, do you think they have that freedom in Afghanistan? Like there was a point in Afghanistan when the Taliban took all their pool tables away, which there they called it billiards because it was more British influence. So when we came back to that country, a lot of the younger guys were happy that we were there because they were able to play billiards again. They wouldn't let women go to school. Like, I think it was like at 5 years old, you're a girl, you can't go to school. They don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to be smart. I guess that's a controlling thing. Fuck, I don't know. But anyway, so like there's a lot of things that we take for granted, right? Voting should not be one of them, right? It's I look at it like it's your duty to go out and vote. I know what I am, I know who I'm going to vote for. It's really neither here nor there. But I look at it like this, guys. If you wanna, and one of my friends, she said, she's a buddy of mine, she's a captain, she said, she's like, yeah, it's, I vote because it makes me have the right to bitch. And I like that. It's kind of like, okay, in the Bureau of Prisons, federal job, right? You have these GS8 boards where they have GS8 fixing to be promoted or whatever. Well, they'll announce it maybe a month before, maybe a month and a half or whatever. So these kids, they put in for their paperwork to try to get their 8. Well, after they announce who got their GS8, everybody's bitching and crying about it. Oh, she didn't deserve it. She's a kiss ass. Oh, he didn't get it. Oh, the only reason he got it is because he's black. The only reason she got it is because whatever. All this bullshit. So the first thing I ask them is I say, did you put in for your 8? And they're like, well, no. Then I'm like, shut the fuck up then. You have no reason to bitch. So it's kind of the way I look at voting, right? If you want to sit there and complain about who's president or whatever, and you don't vote, you need to kiss my ass, because you have the opportunity to go out and vote just like I do. Today I went out and voted. I voted straight ticket for the party that I'm involved, that I like, whatever. Not everybody does that. Some, it's about the individual. I get it, but the bottom line is, a lot of people, whether it's me, other veterans, people in the civil rights activists, a lot of us sacrificed, and gender, women, a lot of people sacrificed to give you that opportunity so you can vote. So when you don't go out and vote, and you say stuff like, oh, my vote doesn't matter, you know what? Shut the fuck up and don't even have an opinion then. Because to me, you're one of these people that sits back and you wanna make a comment, or maybe you're just that fucking stupid and don't care how your country runs. Maybe you're just so self-absorbed with how you are in your life that you don't want to go out and vote. I just don't get that. So if you vote, or you're bitching about the president, whoever, like, you know, Obama, whether it's Trump, wherever, you know, whoever it is, one of the Bushes, freaking Abe Lincoln, whatever. You really have no rights to bitch if you don't go out there and vote. All right? So I highly urge you to get your ass out and go vote. Vote for who you want, who you think's to be the stronger leader, who you think's going to run the country better, who you think's going to, not necessarily push your agenda, but push what you believe in, right? Because if not, if you don't go out and vote, you really shouldn't say shit. That's my opinion. And, you know, opinions are whatever. We all got them and they all stink, whatever, like assholes, right? But the bottom line is, you know, a lot of people, whether it's through race, gender, military, a lot of people sacrifice to give you that opportunity so you could go out and vote. I really believe strongly in this, you know, and I know you guys are busy, you go out and work for a living, I get it. You know, you have kids or whatever, you have all these hobbies, whatever's going on. Make time to vote. That's your right as an American. And there's a lot of places, like we talked about Afghanistan, and some of these other freaking third world shitholes that you guys would have a shit fit if you ever had to live there, because you don't realize how lucky you have it, because you've never been overseas, you've never been deployed, you've never made a trip over to another country. Shit, Europe is behind the fucking United States. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You go to Europe, England, fucking Germany, all these other countries, they're not as advanced as we are. Now, they might have different fashions or something. Maybe their fashion is over there, comes over here, whatever. But it's not technology, all that other stuff. I'm telling you, we are very lucky to live in this country. I lived for 15 months in a place called Lagos, Nigeria. It's the largest city in West Africa. It's like anywhere else. Most people from the city are assholes, right? You know, they're kind of fast-paced, they're rude or whatever. But like the city or the country people are a little more, you know, nice or whatever. It's very similar in Nigeria. I know that's a stereotype or whatever, but it is what it is. To me, what I've seen throughout my 55 years is country people are a little more chill. City people are a little more rushed or whatever. But I've seen in Lagos, Nigeria, when I was a young man in the Marine Corps, of little boys stepping down into an open sewer, you know, where there's fecal matter and urine and everything else, reaching their hands in that mess and picking up guppies, like little teeny fish, like little small fish, to eat because they're hungry. Right? Let me ask you this. How many people do you guys know that are literally poor? Which I mean literally poor means you ain't got no cell phone. That's a big one, right? You ain't got a cell phone. You don't have a freaking TV. You don't have no running water. You don't have enough food to eat at least once a day. There are very few people that are probably in my friends or that I have socialized with or in my family that knows someone that's literally poor like that. Now, if you lived in some of these other third world countries, you'd see it a lot, and you'd probably know a lot of people like that. 2, you know, education is super important, right? What does this have to do with voting? Because we live in a freaking great country where you can go and get educated. You have to go to school until you're a senior in high school. Have you ever met a person from a third world country that doesn't know how to read or write? They're not very smart. The reason we're smart is because they make us go to school and we get educated to a certain level. Now, if you don't want to go to college, whatever, maybe you go to trade school, whatever. But I'm telling you, our country is a great country. And you have a right. You have a God-given right. Not a God-given right. Well, I guess it's God-given because he controls everything. But you have a right to vote. That's a blessing. You have a voice. So if whoever gets elected, right, which I have my favorite, of course, and I'm sure you guys have your favorite, but whoever gets elected, if you don't go out there and vote and you're crying and bitching, man, you need to do this. You need to move your hand like this, except towards your face, and walk into it and slap the shit out of yourself because you're stupid, because your ass didn't go out there and vote. All right? So take it for what it's worth. Go out and vote. And we're very lucky to be in this country. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care whatever you are. It doesn't matter to me. That's your choice. But please, go out and vote. It's super important. But it's just like those kids that, are bitching about who got their GS8 or whatever, got promoted or put in for a job in the federal government and said, well, so-and-so, I don't see how they got that job. Well, they got it because they put in for it, you dumb fuck. And then you're bitching because you didn't get it? Well, you didn't get it because you didn't put in for it, moron. But you have no right to complain. It's the same thing with voting. Shut up. Get your ass out there and vote. And like I said, I have my opinions. We all do, and that's cool. Like I remember asking my parents, "Who did you vote for?" And they're like, "Oh, it's private. I didn't even tell your father who I voted for." I'm thinking to myself, that's odd, but whatever, man. I get it. That's your personal thing, whatever. But please go out and vote. Go out and vote for who you believe would be the best leader for this country, and if not, you really don't have a say in the matter, if that makes sense. So, God bless this great country we live in. We're very lucky to be here. Even if you don't think you're blessed. I promise you. I think some people need to get out of their parents' basement, get out of whatever their cushy life. Maybe go overseas a little bit. Maybe go on a mission trip. Maybe go in the military and see how lucky you are. Or maybe just go on a visit. And then, maybe kind of get off that off-beaten path. Make sure you have some friends with you if you want to go to a place like Mexico or Jamaica or whatever. But if you're on the tourist path, you're going to see everything they want you to see. You get off that off-beaten path with some friends that can guide your back or whatever. Because what we see a lot of times as Americans is not the real deal. We see the good. We see the nice places because we're rich compared to a lot of people. Anyway, go out, please, and vote. Go out and vote. That's a blessing that we have that you're able to vote. Really, that's all I got to say. Please go vote. Other than that, have a great day. Whoever wins. Hopefully it's the better candidate. You never know. Sometimes all this weird shit's going on. I believe there's going to be problems no matter who wins. If Trump wins, then all these people are going to cry and bitch, and do all kinds of crazy shit. I think if Biden wins, people are going to be like, what the fuck, and have some problems. I think no matter what happens, people are going to do a little craziness. But you know what? It is what it is. But God bless America. God bless you and your families and your friends and stuff. Please go out and vote. All right. Take care. Hope that sent the message home to you. Bye.